Welcome everyone, this is the Fashion Matrix, this is my podcast, and I have a very special guest for tonight, a very good friend of mine. But before I get to introduce my friend, I just want to get started a little bit on, because maybe on the last episode I wasn't too clear about who I am and what I do. And I just want to let you know guys that you can say that I'm an image therapist, right? This is beyond just pure fashion.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is not just about fashion, this is just way beyond. That's why I decided to bring another person. And this is not going to be like the other things that I normally do when, I have my YouTube channel, I have my online school, my program, my coaching program. This is more about shooting the shit and talking about things that just entertain me and just things that make me grow. And that's, just some cool things. This is what we're going to learn. So, with that being said, I always hear a lot of people that say they are consultants. I say I'm an image consultant. That's why maybe I will change, instead of saying I'm an image consultant, I will say I'm an image therapist or some bullshit like that. Because everyone is a consultant now. Everyone knows everything in today's world, right?
Yeah.
So, just the bullshit that we see in the world, man, that's what I wanted to talk about today. Maybe some other stuff that everyone is saying the same bullshit. Oh, you gotta work hard. Or you gotta be a motivational guy. I'm a coach. I'm a motivational coach. Oh, you just gotta work hard. You just gotta write down your goals and there you go. That's how you're going to create the lifestyle of your dreams. And this is just pure bullshit, man. So we're live streaming this on my Facebook and then on Instagram as well. And then I'm gonna upload it on the YouTube channel. So without any further ado, I want to introduce my good friend and brother Bryan. He is the top of the top of the top when it comes to sales, real estate, and just about everything in communication. The guy is just a beast, man. He's a certified hypnotherapist as well. He's just a fucking phenomenal guy. NLP as well, right? So what's up, brother?
Thank you.
By the way, just so you guys know, he's the responsible for the name of this podcast and inspired me on making a podcast on my own. I said, you know what, man? Yeah. I mean, let's get started, bro. Man, come on, man.
Yeah, happy to be here, dude. And I wanted you to do it, man, because this is a subject that isn't given enough credibility, enough importance, But like they say in history, it repeats itself. So just like back in the day, they used to admire, aesthetics and beauty and that kind of stuff. There will be a resurgence of it.
What?
More so than even back then, probably be even more intense. Now, when exactly, who knows? But you can call yourself a vehicle for that change.
That's true.
That's the cool part about it. Just like right now with social media, just the platform itself and what we provide in each category is also a vehicle in itself for knowledge, whether it's communication, style, imagology, whatever it is. And that's what I love about these platforms is they're free. And then we can now share our message that anybody worldwide can listen. Like, who would have thought 20 years ago that we could go live and people from Middle East, Asia, Antarctica, Alaska would be watching us like, oh, I follow that guy, I've been just watching all his stuff for 5 years. And it's like, dude, had it been before social media, we would have no idea that person existed or that subject. And all of us met through social media, me and you, Arash, everyone else.
True.
So that's the crazy part about it, man. But yeah, happy to be here. Happy that you chose the name The Fashion Matrix.
Yeah, boy.
That's a cool name. But yeah, man, let's get started. What do you want to cover or talk about?
Well, before we get started on what I was just saying, right? The motivational stuff, the consultants, coaches, and all this bullshit, and especially with social media. I want to ask you this, man, because you just brought it up. Do you really see like a movement cooking up in the world that this subject, the subject of fashion, style, inner image, outer image, do you really think it's going to like stick? Like back in the day, like you just said, people that the most successful civilizations in this world, in the history of the world, they all paid proper respect to, like, the Mayas, the Egyptians that you love, even the Spartans, like everyone, they had a proper respect towards beauty, aesthetics, even not only of the art, but also on themselves. So do you really think that it's going to happen, or it's just like?
Well, maybe not society in its entirety as a whole, but just like we see a segment of the population of people in the terms of the millennials becoming woke,
God,
or people wanting to better themselves and really go at it. with that segment, yes, but eventually I believe that segment will be doing it so well and at such a level that it will start to trickle into society, right? Like think about like the example we give on the opposite end of the spectrum, negative, right? That, you know, 100 years ago or 200 years ago, if you were a witch, you were burned. Right?
Yeah,
if you were spiritual, now it's like it's cool if you're spiritual.
Yeah.
So we see the trends happening, but I think it will be that 1%, that 5% that will do it.
Yeah.
Then from there it'll trickle. That's just my theory. You know, who knows? Maybe in 10 years it completely changes, and you're the king of style, and it was so Never know.
That's true, man. So yeah, that's some cool shit to talk about. But what I really want to talk about and discuss with you today is, shit, man. What do you think about these self-proclaimed consultants, self-proclaimed coaches, and like, oh, you just gotta be motivational? How many times have you been called, bro, you're so motivational, like you're the motivational guy?
All the time. All the time.
God damn, son. What do you think about that? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think it's an improper labeling, because some people, yes, they only, maybe that's just a gift of theirs to fire people up, which is fine. You know, like I remember when I started in real estate, we had that person in our office give us the pep talk. Cool, that there's a time and place for that. But if I was to, for example, with you, I go to a lecture or I buy one of your products, and then I'm like, man, that was so motivational. If I put that label on it, a lot of times it doesn't allow me now to pull and extract the information to apply, right? I see motivation as a byproduct of that person's enthusiasm or their way of delivering the message that gets you fired up. Yeah. But look at the lecture or product that you listen to. Is there tangible shit you can use? Yeah. Did you teach me, oh, you know, okay, this is the 7 styles. What style are you? I can't say, oh, bro, fuck. Motivational. Whoa, that was fuego, bro. You know, like I can't just do that. Because if I just do that, then it takes away from the potency of the information that you give. I think that's my theory. So I think people get so caught up in wanting to be stimulated. It's like the new coffee. Instead of doing that, it's like, oh, I gotta watch my motivational video for the day, and that's fine, right? You can do that for a while, but you have to make sure that what you're learning from isn't just this false sense of accomplishment of motivation. You're actually taking from it, learning and applying. That's true. And once you do that, you can say you're motivated, but then you're learning and you're applying. And a lot of people will just, oh, I'm motivated, and they go sit on the couch and okay, that's it. There's this false sense of accomplishment because they studied you for 30 minutes and they didn't do anything.
It's get pumped up. So you know, what I can take, and what we can take, what you just said, is getting some practical tips that you can apply instantly, right? Yeah. Not only that, but I mean, what are your thoughts on this new trend that there's a lot of people out there, especially in social media? I mean, how many followers you have? Fuck, you know, you see it every day. People that say, I'm a motivational coach, I'm a life coach, and all that. Like, there's like a trend going over there, and I mean, my thoughts on that, and I'll pass it to you, bro, is all I hear is the same bullshit again and again, and regurgitating the same information over and over again about, oh, well, you just gotta write down your goals. Oh, well, you gotta work hard. Oh, well, you just gotta keep at it. And I'm like, okay, I mean, that's super fucking basic, and it's even to the point that it's stupid, right? Like, everyone deep inside, we all know that, we gotta work hard. I mean, no kidding, motherfucker, like, of course. But like, there's people that are actually buying into this new trend, and they can make a business out of it. You being a businessman, what are your thoughts on that, man?
Well, number one, I can say they do it because it works. It sells. Shit sells. Yeah, just like I've always told people, you know, one of the reasons I'm maybe not so popular or doing is because when I teach, I tell people, fuck the techniques. That's great, but anybody can teach you that. What's the inner game? What is the mindset behind it? How does somebody get confidence? How does somebody get certainty? How does somebody overcome the mental obstacles of being young in a business? That to me is more important, and I want to focus on that, but that's not what sells the most. That's why I'm not a billionaire or, you know, 10 million a year in sales online or whatever it is, because I focus on what's more important to people. But that surface level motivation, rah-rah, that's what sells. Otherwise, if it didn't work, these people wouldn't be doing it again and again and again. My take on that is this: if the person firing you up and that's motivating you has accomplished something, in the field that you want to do.
Yeah.
Like let's say, like Gary Vee is an example of somebody who is labeled as motivational, but he's actually somebody who's accomplished.
That's true.
So whatever we think about him, it doesn't matter. Again, we don't really follow him closely or watch his shit, but that's a credible individual who's built huge businesses and now has a huge social media company. Cool.
Yeah,
he can create motivation. Great. Right? But if a guy who lives with his mom in his basement, who suddenly feels inspired, starts doing videos, oh man, you know, I write down my goals every day. It's like, dude, but you live, you know, in your mom's basement.
Come on, man.
That's different. To me, it's what has that person accomplished? So if I look at them and learn from them or get that motivation, then to me they're credible. If they're just another guy who, and again, this is only if they're saying you have to do this from that authority principle. When I started, people might have been motivated, but it was like, hey, I'm new in real estate and the game. I'm just bringing you along on the journey. That's different. That's different. So that's kind of my take on that is who's the individual delivering the information? If it's a credible individual and you feel inspired by that person, cool.
Now, would you say that motivation is like the key to being successful, or what's beyond being motivated? Because I know that's cool, you know, sometimes you're motivated, but I know there's a whole different level of it.
Yeah, well, motivation we know is a temporary emotion.
Yeah.
And if you're always guided by your emotions, good luck.
Getting fucked
right?
up.
Because there's days we feel great, days we feel like shit, so you'll be inconsistent by virtue of that because your emotions are inconsistent.
That's true.
Right? They vary. You could go a week feeling like super high and good, and then a week feeling like shit. You know? So we know that fluctuates.
Yeah.
And you know that if you do anything, you can't fluctuate. Like us in boxing, we can't go a week and then we'll take a month off. Then we'll come back like,
man, that's so fucking true. That's so cool. But you just brought up, man.
Yeah.
I mean, part of the things that I want to teach in these, well, not even teach, but just talk about on this podcast is you gotta be very good at staying on your toes and connect the dots. Because what you just said, now I'm translating it into my own world, into the fashion world. Because I know that, you know, sometimes you don't feel like it. You feel like, shit, I don't want to wear my suit today. But, you know, you have to do it. Not only that, but also beautiful people, like people that look really sharp all the time and they're healthy and they have, you know, oh, damn.
It's okay.
The phone just fell.
I gotta put that thing there.
What?
It's okay. I'll just take. Yeah, it's fine. We're good.
Put it over there. So it's a characteristic and it's a trait of the successful people, right? I mean, you can't look beautiful all the time by having shitty habits, by being I don't feel motivated today, so I'm not gonna eat healthy. I'm not gonna do. No, you have to keep at it all the time so that, you know, eventually it shows off and it pays off. You're like, you know what, man, I'm a beautiful person. Not only because I paid $150,000 on a suit. It's like you have a healthy lifestyle. You have this, you know, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
What I thought of is this, regarding the consistency and all that stuff. I remember you gave the example of, let's say we meet the client or we run a business, and the client has been watching us for a while, and they've been interacting with us, you know, on the business side. They saw us at our office, at their house, at their place of business, and we present a certain image. Then they see us at the grocery store and we're dressed like shit because we have that moment of, I don't feel like putting on anything. I just want to be comfortable. Then they see you looking like shit, and they're gonna be like,
"Fuck happened,
Pablo? Is that you? Like, what the hell?" Like, I couldn't imagine you like dressed like one of the people that we know that, you know, doesn't really care and smells like shit and doesn't dress good.
That's good.
That would, again, so much is wrong there, but that's that moment of inconsistency and maybe, I don't feel the emotion of doing it, but you got to do it anyway, dude. And it gets to the point, like we were saying, where now dressing up isn't dressing up. This is who I am. Yeah. Right? Like I remember me wearing this before. I'd be like, it's so comfortable. I don't like it. Now it's like regular shirt.
And I know that today we went out today and people were looking at you like, oh shit, look at that badass shirt, you know, because the color that you're wearing. But you don't really think about it anymore, right? You're like, just a
second nature.
Yeah.
Second nature.
But that it's the consistency. Would you agree? I mean,
of course, yeah. Whether I feel like it or not. I mean, and then even at the end of the day, right? We still know. But we'll make excuses.
Yeah.
We're not going to go to the gas station or the supermarket looking like shit. Because even the person who doesn't dress, we can say at least, I hate to use the word normal, but to their normal standard, like if they normally dress pretty sharp, we'll say that person has learned and they're dressing pretty sharp. They won't go out without any kind of justification. It's still, well, I was in a hurry. There's always some story that goes with it, right?
Yeah.
So it's never just, oh, this is my behavior. It's, well, I wanted to dress up Pablo, but here's the thing.
But yeah.
Honestly, I wanted to, but I didn't have time, you know? And that's really what the issue is, but it always goes back to personal responsibility. Just like with image, communication, business, it's always on us, man. And we need to now step up and say, I can't just float. I need to always be like, okay, I'm gonna dress this. Oh, it's so much work. What? What do you mean? It's a simple decision.
You're so motivational right now, bro. God.
This podcast is fuego.
Man, this podcast is just pure fuego, hermano. I mean, damn. Yeah, that's true. It's all on us, right? I mean, it is our own responsibility to have the Lamborghini if we want it, like you have, or to dress up very sharp or not. It's entirely up to us. But people are very lazy, and people, you know, that's why we started saying that, oh, they want to get pumped up, they want to be motivated, but because they're really just lazy, man.
How many people have learned from you, even enough to already make huge changes, and the changes never happen? A ton. Same thing with me.
A ton, man.
Just from the free content. Then I have also from the free content, which again is very surface level compared to what we actually know.
Yeah.
Who, oh man, I made $300,000 last year just following
That's
your
true.
YouTube.
That's true. I have one kid that has been following me for free. He hasn't bought shit from me, and the guy is actually making it. You know, the guy's from Uruguay.
Yeah.
And the guy's actually pretty good, man.
Yeah.
And he's standing out and he's making his money. I'm
He's
like,
doing his thing. Yeah.
Damn, and you're doing it just for taking free stuff like the podcast, the live streams, whatever. I'm like, damn, man, this is some cool shit. Yeah. And I have people that have been, paying me for more than 2 years, and they have everything, but they're still kind of like, I just don't feel it, you know.
The switch hasn't been turned on yet. Yeah.
Dude, that's so stupid, man.
That's true.
Now, I want to talk about something else too, man. That I know that this is an
I want to ask you a question, actually.
No, fuck you.
Because we've been watching movies lately.
Man, this is my show, man.
No, we noticed, especially from watching movies, that image was important and people looked good before then. There's no denying that 30, 40 years ago, people look better than they do now when they went out. Like I would say, my dad would go to the soccer stadium in South America in a suit and tie.
Yeah.
What happened for now image to not give a shit in the last 30 or 40 years that suddenly now everyone's like, oh, well, it's just normal now to look like shit, versus before people were like, oh, okay, well, now it's the standard to go to the stadium with my shirt on and my tie. What do you think happened?
Okay, here's the
question, huh? I hope I have your attention.
Here's the thing. Okay, honestly, trust me. God damn it. Don't be saying that shit. It's just annoying. But anyway, you know what, man? What happened, and again, guys, I want you to cultivate your critical thinking. You know, I want you to make up your own goddamn mind. Don't take my advice for granted. Anyway, you can translate this not only into fashion, but many other things. Mm-hmm. It's the freedom that we have right now, right? Yeah. We have so much to choose from. We have so much freedom that, you know what, people really, they don't give a fuck about, you know, back in the day, they only had one choice, maybe two, maybe three, and that's all you could wear. Mm-hmm. And that's why a little bit more structured, a little bit more uptight, you know, like, oh, you can't wear anything else. Now we're more like, you know what, man, different. It all began with the freedom movement with the hippies, you know, back in the 60s. You know, the people, the young people over there, and I probably you relate with this with your mom and dad. They went through that. My mom, she always tell me that they had it. You know, she was fucking sick of being told what to do and whatever. So our parents back in the day were like, fuck this shit. You know, I'm gonna do my own thing, and fuck wearing a tie, and fuck wearing a suit, and I'm just gonna do my own thing. Yeah. So from there, we go from here to we went from there, and we started just becoming more free. But with that, we became a little bit more lazy because now we took something great, which is, I know you have the freedom to wear whatever the fuck you want to wear, as long as it is congruent with you, with your, whatever, right? Your needs, to what you want to do in life. But we take that now, and it's people following like sheep. They don't even understand that. They don't even understand that they have the freedom to choose. Yeah. To become whatever the fuck they want to become, and they just now follow it like little shit, like, hey man, well, I don't care about fashion, well, I don't care about that, well, I don't care. But they do, because that's a very good question that ties into what I was about to say. Why do you think people want to buy nice homes, nice cars, where you can just get a fucking Volkswagen, you know, a Beetle, and it will get you to point A to point B. It's a fucking car. I mean, the mechanics are there, and it will get you to this, from here to here. That's it, right? The house, you just need to fucking sleep, take shits, you know,
shower,
take a shower, eat, and that's it. You don't really need something fancy. Now, I always give this example to my customers because they're like, well, I really don't need it because I'm a rich motherfucker. I'm like, well, okay, you know, yeah, whatever, but what is the main difference between owning a beautiful car, owning a beautiful house, but then you yourself, you don't pay attention to you? Like, what's the correlation with that, between that? And I could say that is the freedom again. You know, we can talk like, well, you know, people that have so much freedom of choice, of speech, like they don't really give a fuck and whatever. They don't pay attention to the little details. So, what do you think about that?
Well, one thing I can comment about what you were saying, and I think this happens when, related to what you were just saying, when our parents are like, oh, fuck this shit, is now, suddenly, when somebody wants to do something different and express that freedom in whatever category, they take it to the extreme. Oh, like, for example, somebody now is beginning to become woke to the fact that, hey, I don't have to do or pay attention to other people's opinions. If somebody says, oh, don't do that, I don't have to listen anymore. Now all of a sudden it's like, fuck you, you motherfuckers can't tell me shit, and they go off on the deep end. Yeah, so it's almost like a rebellious thing where now, well, you wanted me to wear a suit and tie, now purposely I'm gonna dress like shit all the time. But we don't so they take it to the extreme. That's true. The right thing to do is say, I can do that if I want, but you know what? I'm gonna do it the way I want to do it, not I have to, again, you're now becoming the effect again. You're not being, you think you're being caused by doing the freedom thing, but you're not, because you're still attacking that thing by, I'm gonna do the opposite, I'm not gonna do what you tell me. So now, you just took the position of being caused and you went right back to effect.
Exactly.
Right? And you lost it. So, but going back to your question about the Lamborghini and all that, a lot of people will just do it almost unconsciously because of, well, I need the validation, or I need this and that. I mean, I can give you my personal reasons. With me, it's the experience. Like and especially when I sell to people, I tell them you get what you pay for. Right? Yeah. Right, now there's certain exceptions, right? Because I have, certain tastes in cars, and we can talk about the exception to the rule another time. But if we just take all of the factors aside, driving around in a Nissan Versa, like we both had, versus the Lamborghini, the whatever, it's completely different. The sounds, the feel, the way it moves, people's reactions, how you get treated. When we pull up to a hotel, sir, if we show up in the Versa, like, get this piece of shit out of here,
Don't go, no thanks.
Yeah, I've literally gone places to take pictures of my car, and I park illegally. Everyone's like, oh, beautiful car. But if I take
even from cops, right?
Yeah, the cops, hey man, nice car. But then I take a Honda Civic, they're like, man, get the hell out of here. Yeah, I will write you a ticket too, just for being, having a shitty car. So, it's all that, and there's a certain, again, a sense of accomplishment. There's so much on the positive side, but some people will just do it because it falls into that, hey, I need to have a car, a wife, 3 kids, the house with the white picket fence, and I need to live happily ever after. So, but I think what I told you about going to the opposite when they have that freedom is one of the biggest mistakes people make when they suddenly start to become woke, to the fact. That word's so funny. For us it is. And I know you've seen that too, and we've seen it with some people, right? They get so, for example, people who get into the spiritual practices.
Oh, they get lost.
Now they get they go too much to the opposite, and they forget.
That's so true. That's so true. They go the opposite, and then instead of being actually woke, they just become part of the bullshit, and become part of the problem. But what you just said, you can imagine if you can create the same feeling of the way you get treated on the Lamborghini, or by owning a beautiful mansion, you can get the same result by the way you look, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, we get stopped. I mean, you've seen me, right? When we go out and whatever, people stop me literally, and I know I don't want to sound cocky, but literally people just stop me. They're like, oh, dude, you look so good. I went out to Rodeo Drive, and people, shit, you're in the fashion well, not the fashion district, but there's a lot of beautiful brands, a lot of beautiful people wearing crazy costumes, whatever. And even there, I get stopped. We went to the Halloween night the other day, right? Yeah. On Hollywood. People are crazy. And even there, people were staring at me like, damn, you look sharp. So imagine if you can translate owning the Lamborghini, whatever, all these things, that you get what you paid for, how much are you paying to yourself, right? Yeah. Like how you're treating yourself.
Yeah.
you get what you're paying for. I mean, if you're paying for cheap ass clothes, that means that you're getting treated shitty. You are treating yourself. You're doing a disservice for yourself. Yeah. And to others as well. I mean, I also see it that the way that I treat myself is the way that I'm going to treat you, right? Mm-hmm. If I treat myself very good, if I feel good, I'm going to treat you good as well.
So without,
you know, I mean, how the hell am I going to ask you for money and ask you for your, your trust? Like, please, I will sell your home. I will sell your casa. Mm-hmm. Please trust me on this. Yeah. But I look like shit. You know, we're like, damn, boy. In the back of your mind, like subconsciously, customers say, well, this schmuck looks like shit. If he's not even taking care of himself, how can he or she take care of my business? I know that he or she will simply not care. What do you think about that, bro?
Yeah. Oh, he sounds good, but... yeah. So, and that's totally true, man. People miss that, right? And that's overlooked. And you just said it right there. There's the conscious side and there's the unconscious side. And the unconscious side will always win. And people refuse to get that. That's why I say... the inner game needs to be focused on, because the techniques and what you say and the scripts and the words is just one thing. But the unconscious will always work. I can say the right words, but my body language is off, my tonality is off. It's not going to work, even if you have the best words.
That's true.
The same thing with that. There needs to be this complete package. We need to master and correctly trigger the unconscious and the conscious in people. And what you describe with image is both, but more so it speaks to the unconscious of people.
Yeah.
Why? Again, that example I gave you that I think I spoke about with your crew about the guy crossing the street.
Oh yeah.
Why was it suddenly they did this experiment where they would test to see, because most people are followers, so they had people cross the street illegally, right? A bunch of people, different avatar, right?
Yeah.
But suddenly, when the professional with the suit was crossing the street illegally, suddenly everybody else started doing it. Why? Because they responded to that in society. That's authority. Exactly. Wow. So how am I going to, again, show up to, sell the car or the house, and I'm not demonstrating authority? What if my words are, but again, and it's a complete package, because you could also be dressed correctly and then you smell like shit.
Yeah.
You look dirty.
That's true.
That's different. But if I'm not demonstrating authority with the unconscious, when my conscious is saying I'm an authority with the words and everything, then there's something off, and that's very important, but it's overlooked, because again, everyone wants the surface level magic pill fucking answer. That's why I get asked, hey bro, do you sell scripts? I'm like, dude, you just listened to a powerful hour lecture about inner game, and you're asking me about scripts?
I mean, I could sell the script, man. You could sell
It's like, I know, the people mail me, oh, I want to buy your product, does it come with the script? And a lot of times they won't buy the product because I'm like, the script is free, here, or you can find it here, and they won't buy the product, because they just wanted the script. And then they come back 2 months later, hey man, it's not working. I said, you didn't buy the fucking product, dude, of course not.
Yeah.
Right?
You make them think.
It's again, they ran for the conscious side and they ran away from the unconscious side. You know why? Because the conscious side is instant gratification, and it's like, you know what, I don't want to do the extra work to learn this. I can just throw the clip-on tie and I'm okay, because people are gonna think it's a real tie.
Man. Just touch on something that I fucking love talking about, man, the instant gratification. That's why fucking social media is so huge, right? Because you get a like, you get a share, and it's like, oh man, people are actually listening to me, shit, and you feel phenomenal. Like, instant gratification is it's like caramels to the ego. That's how I call them, like a little caramel to the ego. Yeah, it's good. It's like, okay, you know that you can't be eating junk food all the time, right? Because it's bad for you. That's bad for you. However, from time to time, if you have your cheat meals, you're like, well, I'm gonna eat a donut, whatever. That's just once a month or just once a year. I don't care. I mean, that's what happens with the caramels to ego. Yeah, when you get shares, when you get instant gratification, it feels good. But if you keep at it, if you make your whole lifestyle based on that, it's like eating junk food all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually your heart will just fucking stop. You will fucking die. I mean, it's ridiculous, right, man?
So much we can talk about that.
Now, I want to ask you something. Would you say that part of being you a fucking monster, the monster that you are, so successful? Because I know there's a bunch of fucking realtors right now. How many people are saying, oh, well, I want to get my real estate license, or oh, I want to get my Lamborghini, bro. Oh, I'm going to get my...
That's the new actor in LA. When you go to LA, oh, I'm an actor. Now it's like, oh, I'm a real estate agent.
God,
that's how normal it is.
So part of it is because, I mean, they can have the same scripts as you do. I mean, they can wear the same bullshit that you're wearing, whatever. Yeah. But part of it, would you say the inner game, the subconscious, everything that you just said?
That's 100% it.
Yeah.
I tell people, even sports, certain people are so superiorly athletically gifted. Okay, they're the 1 in a million.
Yeah.
But even if you're superiorly gifted, if you focus in on the fundamentals and you learn, you'll kill it. And when I look at everything that I did, 100% of what I did was the long road to success, to mastery, and everything else. There was zero instant gratification in what I did. Let's look. Studying communication and being a student of all these people that I studied, paying money that I really didn't have, that I had to scrape together, put on credit cards, right? That's not easy because then I had to sit there and study and apply it.
Yeah.
Door knocking and cold calling is not instant gratification because that shit is tough. It takes a lot of time, and you normally don't get rewarded until months later, if not years sometimes. I've had some clients who I knocked, and then 2 years later, I sell their house. Okay? Is that instant gratification? Fuck no. Everything, right? We look at boxing now. That's not instant gratification. When we start boxing, I'm a great fucking athlete, and I still look like shit doing it.
It's
now
frustrating.
I'm learning quickly, but I still don't look good.
No.
I can move my feet and I'm fast, but I'm still like, shit, I got to throw a punch. Like,
It's so frustrating, man.
It is.
So frustrating.
So I look at everything that I'm doing, you know, like the Lamborghini, people can look at it, oh man, you got lucky. It's like, dude, that was years of work.
Fuck my privilege.
Oh yeah, like that guy that said that was stupid, right? I shared that on my Instagram. People saw I got a ton of messages. Yeah, and he couldn't even spell privilege right.
Stupid.
So I look at everything based on your question, and everything that I did, there was zero instant gratification, right?
Yeah.
But we look at our most we can say our most common and frequent daily tasks. What are most people on all day? Their phone.
Yeah.
How come every time a message comes in or whatever, ding, 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 right? So, and what do?
Immediately.
So you're programmed now. You're literally programmed subconsciously now to instant gratification.
That's some Illuminati shit.
Now people wonder why. Oh well, you know. And then what I wanted to comment too, and I just kind of realized this, that instant gratification also leads to people's insanity. And I think I'm going to talk about this more on my program deeper. But if I'm constantly needing that instant gratification, what happens the moment, like we have friends, their phone is off.
So jittery. They're like nervous. Yeah.
Wait, is there internet here? It's like a junkie looking for fucking cocaine, dude, or a drug.
I'm sorry, bro. I wasn't paying attention.
It's crazy. So, but obviously, like maybe even tomorrow, because Pablo's going to be a guest on Modern Success, my personal coaching program. Which, if you haven't gone on, get on. And I'm going to have him talk, but I might throughout the week or the next week talk about that because that is the mental trap that keeps people messed up. Like imagine if now you want to build a business, but you're so preoccupied with, I need my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you going to focus? That takes away your focus, instant gratification. Now you tell people, hey, stare at the wall for 1 minute. They can't. Oh, my mind is, I can't meditate, Pablo. My mind is distracted and I can't shut it up.
Stupid, man.
So it goes back to us. We're our own fucking worst enemy. So now if they want to study you or me or whoever else, they don't even have the capacity to do it because they can't sit there and watch us and take notes.
Exactly.
They'll turn it on and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, brother. I wasn't paying attention. Let me rewind it. You know? And it's like, oh my God. Dude.
And these gets translated into even car accidents and stuff because they can't even pay attention to the fucking road.
Yeah.
They get into car crashes and whatever. It's just
I can see a lot of times, like even today, I didn't say anything, but a guy in a truck almost ran into us because he was on his phone. I saw his phone like that. He was oh, I was like, oh,
that's
man.
just stupid, man. Yeah. Even me, you know, I have my own program as well, The Power of Image, where I teach meditation, I teach yoga, I teach all of these things. And people, the number one thing that they say is, I can't concentrate. It's so hard. Like, well, yeah, no wonder if you keep saying that. Of course, it's not hard. Yeah. It's not fucking hard. I mean, imagine if we were living in the back with the Spartans, like you had nothing to do but to kill some other man. I mean, it was easier, of course, to meditate and whatever, because you didn't have a lot of things. So
no options, like you were saying. Too many options.
Too many options. I think it sounds stupid. It's a dichotomy that you want more freedom. You know, we as a species, we are heading towards more freedom, the ultimate source of freedom. But at the same time, this freedom, there are some people that don't deserve it, man, and they don't know what to do with it, and they go crazy, just like you just said. They start doing stupid shit, and even social media or podcasts for that matter. Yeah, there's a lot of bullshit podcasts out there. I know about it, and you know about it too. And like, come on, man! It's simply because it's free and you can do it does not mean that you deserve it, man. I mean,
But
so
you know,
true.
people understand that. That's why, you know, like the YouTube channels that are all the memes and the funny shit, and they cut the frame every 3 seconds. That's what keeps people's attention. That's why they do better.
Even if you think about the movies back in the day, I mean, we see a movie from the 80s.
Yeah.
Let's say we see Scarface, which we both love. I know the frame or how it's made. You know, the one frame, one picture, it's longer, it's wider, and it takes more time. Just 2 people acting, and nowadays it's just like cut,
I think it's every 3 seconds they cut the frame down on average.
Pure action, explosion, like damn, man,
it's crazy.
It's fucking crazy, man. I don't like that. So I don't know, man. If people have questions, we can ask. If you guys have some questions,
if you guys have any questions about anything we've talked about, anything off topic, on topic, doesn't matter. Noah, we're having margaritas. Cool.
This is the fashion matrix, bruh.
Girls trying to talk to us, but listening to you to make money. There we go. Have them listen too, and you can all make money.
Yeah, boy. Just so you know, guys, here in the podcast of the Fashion Matrix, this is Bryan Casella. You can follow him at where?
Bryan Casella. At Bryan Casella for everything.
At Bryan Casella for everything, bro.
YouTube,
you're fucking killing it,
Twitter,
man.
Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter,
Tinder,
WhatsApp.
No, but it's fucking phenomenal, man. You know, just keep at it, bro. Let's connect.
You just gotta stay motivated, stay the course. Don't listen to haters.
What would you say to people that are going to listen to this? That you know, you're rich. Let's just say that's it, man. We can say that you're rich, right? Can we say that? Shit,
yeah, I wouldn't consider myself wealthy yet, though. Like,
wealthy, but I mean, shit, you're rich, man.
I would say this, man. Like, especially anybody I think who is gonna, like, a random person who's gonna come to this podcast. Obviously, it's a fashion matrix. So the cool thing is 2 things. Number one, it's a much bigger and more intricate subject than you think. So I advise that you listen closely. Yeah. But 2, he's really gonna show how this subject plays into every other area of life and give you connections mentally that you don't already see. And there's a lot of stuff that's in your face that you don't see, and there's a lot of stuff that you don't know about, because you said this is a science. This isn't just something that you made up or some guy was like, oh, this is imagology, this is style, this is fashion. There's a science. And that's what needs to be understood, right? So you want to answer questions? I'm getting real estate questions. But I don't know.
Well, you know, real estate questions, this is the fashion matrix. Come on, guys. Well, I'm going to answer one of them. How old were you when you started real estate? Well, I was 13.
27.
I always feel privileged when Bryan gets the strap.
I got 2 straps right here from him, right here. Boom.
You win some and you lose some. You live to fight another day. So funny, man. You know what, man? I just want to add up something over there because you brought it to my attention. Yeah, I didn't invented this shit. You know, I didn't just came up with this shit like, oh well, fashion, whatever. No. This is, you know, I lived in Italy and I fucking hated it. Well, I love Italy, but I fucking hated the fashion industry because there's a lot of bullshit, man. And we were talking about it. You worked in the fashion industry for a little moment, you know, as a model.
Yeah.
And these people are so, I mean, I've dated models and they're the most insecure women in the fucking world. And they're doing cocaine, they're doing a lot of bullshit, and they have unrealistic, you know, standards of beauty, and it's just pure fakeness. Yeah. So when I saw that, I was like, nah, there's gotta be something deeper. I was like, nah, there's gotta be something behind this. So that's when I started learning, you know, I started my own research on marketing, branding, even beauty, study of arts, communication, non-verbal communication, body language, subconscious mind, NLP, hypnosis, you name it. And all of that falls into the category of the science of image, the power of image. So this is really, really good. And in fact, I mean, just a validation right there that I can throw in. If a guy like you can see the value behind this, that means that I'm fucking legit. You know what I'm saying?
There we go. What colors catches customers' eyes?
These 2 right here. No, bright colors, of course. Bright colors, like colors that reminded you of you know, like the sun or fire, things that normally you see in nature that are a sign of warning. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Think about poisonous, I don't know, little animal like a toad or like a little frog.
the colors that they're wearing they're so bright because they're letting others know that, hey, I'm about to fuck some shit up. So these colors, if you can translate them into yourself, into your own wardrobe, and they will make you stand out like
Right.
immediately, and it's going to be really, really cool.
How do you see wearing mostly black clothes?
Say that again.
How do you see wearing mostly black clothes? Like,
psychologically, it's very depressing.
Yeah,
it's very bland, and the impact that you're creating onto others is like you're just boring. You just gave up on life. Why else do you think that you just wear pure black when you attend at a funeral? Right now, if you wear here and there some black, it also can be understood as being super elegant. Like black is one of the most elegant colors in the world, but if you overdo it, you're just going to look depressed. Right. And you will feel depressed too. I mean, because it has an impact on you as well.
It's a frequency of the clothes, yeah. Here's another. Do you recommend a uniform, like for example, black and white, stuff like that?
I mean, depending on what you do. Before I say anything, that's why I said God is good all the time. Oh man. No, I mean, there's got to be a sense of individuality, But even when you are in high school wearing the same fucking uniform, you can see people that have a more developed sense of individuality, like they know themselves a little bit better because the way they were brought, I don't know. You can see them wearing different things like details, like rings, like bracelets. They wear the sweater in a different way. So if you want to wear a uniform, you would do it. You can't do it to create a reputation, to brand yourself. But again, I wouldn't recommend it not that much because there's got to be a sense of individuality.
Right. Is too flashy bad? Gucci, Prada, Fendi, etc., etc.
What? Say that.
Yeah, is being flashy like too bad? Like, is being flashy a bad thing? Like wearing like Gucci and Prada and Fendi and all those brands?
It's relative. One of the axioms of my profession is there's no good, there's no bad, there's relative. Just like a theory of relativity from Einstein. Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about on this Passion Matrix, man. Dropping some knowledge. It's relative to you. I mean, if you are a pimp, go for it, right? If you are a gangster, if you create, hip hop songs, go for it. But if you're in real estate and you wear this Gucci flashy shit, and you're trying to sell like 4.8 million houses like you just did, it's gonna be like, why would I allow you to sell my house? Like, the fuck out of here, you flashy piece of shit. It's totally relative. You have to understand your audience
and your style too,
and
whatever your style is. Yeah,
exactly. There are 7 different styles, guys. I have one. You dated HB10s, Pablo? What the fuck is this guy? Get the fuck out of here, man. Man, yeah.
Another question. Excuse the PUA terminology.
Excuse the PUA terminology. Come on, man. You did it like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. This is funny. No. People beat themselves up about what they didn't do. You can only change this moment forward. Don't worry about the past. There is nothing you can do about it. You see, I mean, even though it sounds cool, hey, no offense though. It sounds cool, but everyone is saying the same shit. Yeah. And we all know this, man. We all know this. In the back of our heads, we all know this.
And that's the issue is it's the I know, but they really don't know.
Yeah, but you don't apply shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, there are different dimensions of learning. Like, you can't change the past. Well, no shit, man. I'm gonna buy the Back to the Future car, the DeLorean.
DeLorean.
Well, I can't change the past, actually. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. That's fucking obvious. Yeah. Of course, I'm gonna change the past.
Cool. Started a gaming Twitch channel and a YouTube channel, but I'm also a real estate agent. So my question is, should I make a different social media for the gaming or just use one for all Twitch and YouTube with my real estate? Would you recommend separate or all together?
Separate. The more easy you make it to your audience, like, because we were just saying, if people, they want it easy, they want the magic bullet. If you overwhelm them, they're going to be like, what the fuck is this all about? Like, if you give them, okay, this is it. This is another one. This is number 1. This is number 2. This is number 3. Mm-hmm. That's my opinion.
Right. Same thing, right? Like when you look at my brand, when I started, it was all pretty much real estate, right? Now I've obviously branched off into a ton of things, but I started off with one thing under that impression. Like That's what I'm focusing on, and I don't want to confuse people. Yeah.
Or you can do it as you can do like Bryan did and find a way to connect them to a point that it's congruent. Like you're not talking about something completely different, like, oh, I'm going to talk about this that has actually nothing to do with real estate.
Yeah.
But when you do your car shows and whatever,
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting business on there, right? I mean, you're found a way to connect the YouTube world, Instagram world, the car world, and the real estate world. Yeah. And I think you were a pioneer in that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's fucking cool. You can do that.
Right. Real Estate Rumble, November 15th. Yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found out about it like a week or two ago, so I'm not fighting in it, but I'll be there.
I wish I could fight in there. I fight all you mother. Any questions here, guys? Any question? Just a quick reminder. This is the Passion Matrix. This is the new podcast that I'm just starting. He's the main reason why I named it the Passion Matrix. He helped me. He's my good friend. We've been doing business together for a long time. West Side motherfucker. And also because, he said, you know what, man, let's fucking do it. And not only that, but we have an event together. It's called Elite Mentorship. This is a 3-day seminar. This is a bootcamp where we're going to put you to the test. This is not for the faint-hearted. We actually don't want a lot of people to come, because we're gonna put you to the test psychologically, emotionally, spiritually. It's just gonna be crazy.
Physically.
And this will never happen again. I mean, we just discussed about it and we said this is some good shit, but we will not do it again ever.
And where do they go to sign up?
Stylesystems.net.
Stylesystems.net. Come to
Elite. Yeah, so that's what's going on right now. Yeah. Also, shout out to you, your program, right? You have your
Modern Success. Yeah, Modern Success. We're doing great. Exploding. I think we've already had another 6 or 7 people join this month so far. It's like 2 people a day joining the program.
Yeah. How do you do that? Shit.
You just got to stay focused. Work hard. Not worry about what people tell you. Yeah.
Don't worry about the past.
Yeah. Every day is a new day. Yeah.
Shit. So they go to bryancasella.com and they can join the Modern Success
coaching tab. But yeah, that event, we're doing it the 17th, 18th, 19th. It's that weekend.
17, yeah.
16, 17, 18.
17, 18.
But we only have, I think we have 2 spots left in person and 3 online. Yeah. So make sure you guys go sign up. It's going to be not just real estate, not just image. It's going to be a full transformation event, inner and outer. I don't care who you are, what you do. It's rare to do this. I've done this before on my own, but it's going to be with me and him. And this is going to be at a different level because obviously as time goes on, we improve and we have new ways of thinking and new philosophies. So it's really cool.
And we'll bring guest speakers.
Yeah. And it's live stream and it's in person.
Yeah. Yeah. And the people that we're bringing, they're legit.
Yeah.
They're fucking beautiful.
Big time. Yeah. We have another hypnosis guy coming.
Yeah. It's going to hypnotize you. We have a
great trainer.
Great phenomenal trainer.
Yeah, that's going to be the physical side. Now the other guys, the hypnotist is going to do the mental side. So we have both realms.
And we'll do the spiritual
side. Realms, yeah.
There's an online one. Yes. There's the live stream. We're going to live stream it as well. Chila.
Yeah, what's stopping me was getting there. I'll sign up tonight. Cool. Yeah. Let's go to stylesystems.net. It's live stream option.
There you go.
How about next week? Any events next week? No, but then I'm busy 2 weekends in a row. I have the real estate one in Utah and then I have you.
Yeah, that's true.
So next weekend I have nothing. Full. Ooh, hypnosis. Yeah, I think people, if we could tell, I'm going to go over a lot of NLP and hypnosis stuff, not just in how I speak to you guys and the stuff that we do, but give you a better understanding of it because that helps you internally make changes. And I think a lot of people look at hypnosis, and I think when they think of hypnosis and NLP, they think of those shows where the guys put people on stage and you're going to sleep, and it's not about that. That's you can say, an induction is what that's called when they put you into a trance. That's just one piece of a million, right? And there's different branches of hypnosis and then NLP and the whole understanding. So don't fall into that trap. There's more to it, but it's all about you, right? It helps you, then you can help other people, but it's all about you first. Right?
And you know what I can say? The Passion Matrix is the same shit. What I do being an image consultant, people immediately think, oh, it's just fashion. It's just about the gay guy, the girls, this is just for girls, whatever.
Right.
This is just about looking good. No. There's so many different things that you can learn from this that it's just like you just said. It is all about you. About you, about becoming a better version of yourself.
You better sign up tonight.
You better sign up. This is so true, man. You see that? If you connect the dots, we don't live in this world, man. It's like crazy. the moment you hear something, I know that you're like connecting the dots, and like, oh shit, it's a product. I'm like, oh well.
We're in Utah. That's the prospecting summit. Message me privately, St. George, and I'll send you the info. Right? It's on Facebook as well. Cool. All right. So we'll wrap it up. Everyone on Instagram, peace out. Check out the event, stylesystems.net, the elite mentorship event. Check out modern success at bryancasella.com on the coaching tab. And we'll see you at the event. And we'll see you on the next podcast, which is when? When are you doing the episodes of the podcast?
The episodes are going to be on Saturday and then on Thursday. But I'm going to do them, one in Spanish and one in English because we're going to tackle all sorts, I mean, if I'm bilingual and actually I'm how do you say polyglot, by the way? Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, multilingual.
Multilingual, I speak different languages. So I wanted to be like, what, man, there's a lot of people that speak Spanish also. So why don't we do it? Thursday, we're going to do it in Spanish. And on Saturday, we're going to do it in English. I'm going to be bringing more people. This is going to be really, really fucking good. And we'll, just like today, today we talked about many different things. Not just about, motivation and blah, blah, blah. And now it's going to be really, really cool. And I have to thank you, man, for motivating me, man. This was so motivational. Thank you, bruh. This is fuego, pure fuego, hermano. God, you guys are woke AF. Man, I'm woke AF right now. Yeah, no, but thank you. So to wrap it up, remember this is the Fashion Matrix. The episodes are going to be on Saturday. Saturday. Also, my program, my online school, my coaching program. This is the Power of Image. Every Sunday, I give live training sessions. I've had him doing some, training for my students over there. Also, the lead mentorship. And if you just go to stylesystems.net, you will see a lot of different beautiful things happening up there, right, guys? So with that, I'm going to leave you. See you on the next episode. Thank you for attending. Peace out.
Peace out.